All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in to this weekly webinar that we do, real estate webinar that we do. This is our Mastering Real Estate Excellence. It's strategies for success, essentially. Uh, Basically, what I want to do during these sessions is, if anybody shows up, of course, discuss any of the current challenges that they have and that they've confronted using our system. And then obviously possibly discuss maybe some easier ways of doing the same thing. But so today, what I wanted to do is just do a quick overview. I'm not sure if we've done this, if we've done one of these lately, but I just want to touch a bunch of key points, especially field notes in general. Like, what can we do? Just want to basically let you guys know and go through some of what we see here. First of all, we've got notifications, right? So not only is this a notification from us to you guys about our webinar, but you can also set up notifications for whether if it's none, right? Whether if you don't want to be bothered, or if you want to be, you only want to look at the important stuff, or information, or all. If we go to this little, comes to the four options in the beginning, was notifications up here at the top. And then obviously you saw the access to the settings button. This takes you to all the settings. And then the timeline is right next to it. Here you'll have any activity that's going on in your timeline. And then you can go to the contact if you needed to take a look at what happened. You can go to another contact if you needed to. So this is definitely a useful tool. The timeline view messages. This is what that looks like. It gives you your emails, your text messages, your phone calls, your voicemails. It gives you all your contacts that you have any messages done with. So that's a cool feature when it just comes to just looking at communications, just going back and forth with customers. This could definitely be a quick access link to getting to that information. And then I talked about the lead generation and the customer engagement view. And this is when I decided to, this is when I realized I wasn't sharing my screen. So, I guess the other thing that I didn't show was this little link here to where you can go down to edit the field names and everything I said in regards to saving. Of course, you could do that here. You just edit, make a save, close. And when you open this up again, you'll see the changed icon. So this is, customer engagement. This is your dashboard essentially. So I find it super useful. Sometimes I would keep just a tab open with the dashboard. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but you can right click the all contacts. And now you have your all contacts, and you can still keep your eye on your dashboard, but you can go after your contacts in a different tab and not disrupt anything that you were looking at or anything that you were doing. So this is something that you can do. Just be wary with sometimes by having more tabs and having a bunch of tabs open, sometimes I guess the connection slows down a little bit. So I find myself having to like delete pages that I have open from all the customers that I visit all the time. So not everybody goes through the same problems that I have, but I've seen that people do have similar issues like that. So here is all contacts, right? So from here, you can do everything, right? You've got all your views created from filters. I've got all the important categories that I want to view here. And if I wanted to select different columns, I could just by selecting them here. This is if I wanted to select a couple of users and then send out an action plan that I have, or if I want to simply just send out a bulk email. I could do a bulk email right next to the Thunderbolt, or I could do a bulk text message, right, to any of these few or for all of them, right? It'll basically confirm how many that I did. I got 149. That's going to tell you here. So now if I selected all of these and I needed to make a mass edit, I could. If I needed to delete everybody, I could if I wanted to. I could certainly download all of these people, right? So download selected only 149. That's what I'm looking for. And then I could get all columns so that it gives me all the saved data that I have for that contact. And then I hit start downloading. You wouldn't need to have anybody selected to upload, right? Because that's obviously we want to get people in, but you could do it from this button. And so you get all of these options to do a lot of things to these contacts right at the fingertips. You know what I mean? You don't have to go to other pages. Essentially here, you can really do everything, right? You've got all your reports up here, all your views based off of your filters. So I can see how you can get a lot done here. You also can favorite. You can heart these leads, right? So by me hearting these people, I'll now see them in my leads. And this is just a different place where I can keep lead hearted and I can keep them away from the regular contact leads. Okay. So if I'm, let's say, working my prospects here, and then when I find really good leads, maybe I heart them and I get them into my leads, and then I can begin to work them from here. Also, this little button gives you access to the next scheduled appointment. So you can do that. And then you can have all your most important people and you can have all your appointments visible in one place. You can see what kind of emails are going out, what kind of text messages are being received. These are emails, sorry. These are text messages sent. This is received. You've got, you can view the timeline for this contact. You can go after the notes. Not only do you see the notes here, but you're able to jot down one. You can save it and you're off to your next contact. All the data to this contact is at your fingertips. If you needed something and you want to look at the full contact, you can go here. You can look at any communication that's gone out to him and really just be on top of your business, right? But have kind of levels to it so that all the prospects live here. All the people that you might be doing some future business with or that you are doing business with is my leads. But whatever system you end up using, the fact that you are using a system, you should be able to see some predictable results, right? So the more you use a CRM, I feel the better things are going to be, right? Overall, that's just no doubt about it. So yeah, so this is essentially where a lot gets done. And then the options, I'll just quickly breeze over them just to kind of wrap up this session. But we've got all transactions, which I talked about last week, all transactions and the business tracker. So if you're a real estate agent and you're putting in contracts and you need something to help you stay on top of dates and all of that kind of stuff, all transactions definitely will help you create transactions for your customers, for your opportunities, note a bunch of information down, be able to set up dates that you can trigger things. You can set up you can set up appointments based on the contracts that you're getting, and you can get all that information. You can have it synced to your calendar. So just imagine, you know, what kind of productivity you're going to have utilizing all transactions, and the business tracker is going to give you some insight as to where's the business, you know. Then we have our calendar view. So if you sync Microsoft or Google, your email will be able to also sync up your calendar. And that means you'll be able to get messages for the contacts that you created in your CRM. You'll be able to create appointments, sorry, not messages, but you'll be able to create appointments, all day appointments or date and time specific appointments. And those will show up in your calendar, right? So if you have notifications for that calendar to notify you, you will get all of these messages or these appointments to follow up with people. If you work them into action plans, they're definitely useful there. And what else? That is the calendar view. It can definitely be used as a tool for follow-up, right? So anybody that you do need to do follow-up, you have it set up as an appointment. And then that way, when it comes to your calendar, you'll get it in the reminders and your morning reminders. So you're going to know that the business is coming and that you have an appointment and you can get prepared for it and not it have a be a surprise. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a good thing. Then action plans, right? So here under the Thunderbolt, you get access to action plans where you can build drip campaigns. Essentially, we call them action plans. You can build these drip campaigns with appointments, emails, text messages. There's so many different work cases that you can use action plans for. It's really, you know, it's really based on how you work and how things can get tailored to your work ethic, right? So it just really takes a little bit of time to sit down and think of the type of communication you want to do. Most likely, it can be handled by action plans. And then so also in action plans is responses, touch points, message templates. The message templates is basically a place where you can save all your messages, save them as templates so you can use them on anybody. Touch points is a place where you can give specific contacts that have been dispositioned, specific categories. You can give a velocity of how many people from that group that you want to speak to. So if you had a big group of 500 people, but you consistently, let's say, want to touch those people within, twice or three times a year, you could say to yourself that, you know, you want to speak to 25 people every 90 days, right? So, well, let me see that we would have to adjust some of the numbers. So if we had, let's just say to keep numbers straight so it makes sense. So we have a group of 100 people, and you want to check on them 4 times a year. So you're going to say, you're going to basically give the setting and the touch points for that group to touch for that week. I would say 20, let's say 20 people. And then you can put a velocity of, or like how many days, right? So you got to pick how many days. You could do 90 days. And that should get you to about 4 times a year that you're following up with these contacts. And it is sporadic. The system manages it for you. But as long as you know what category and you have a time frame set up, the system will disperse. Every Monday morning, you will get an email with the list of individuals that the system has picked out for you. And then you can come to Touchpoints and you'll be able to view the list and you'll be able to work those contacts, follow up with them, save notes, basically just stay on top of business in another way and shape or form. And so this is where you would see your current list of contacts. These are you would see the notes that you've saved for the contacts. I don't have anybody or anything set up, but here is essentially where you could put your weekly goal of how many leads you want. But this will it will divide. But if you want in an advanced setup and you want specific categories, this is where you just add the number that you want for the specific category in question. And then you would hit save touch point setup. And once you do that, you'll have a list of people every week to be going into, and hopefully nobody's falling through the cracks. So this is the Thunderbolt. This little pie chart is to where you can get engagement reports and data reports. This is settings. So in settings, you can see a lot of your integration. You can see the phone number. If you have a phone number associated, if you have your email associated, if you've got any signatures, if you've got any accesses, your billing history. So if your account is connected, you'll see all of your invoices and your card information. So you can obviously anticipate that and switch out the card if you needed to. You can access touch points from here as well. You can do your notification settings. You've got the My Profile. So this is based on, my AI profile is based on you setting up some information. And when you use the AI in emails, it'll pull some of your My AI profile data into the email to personalize the email to you as if it was actually being written by you. And so that's a cool feature that that not many people know, but here I'll show you. It's in a beta testing. But if you send somebody an email and you say send an introductory email, right? You can basically select it, and then now you can give it a click, and it's going to be thinking hard, and it's Dear Bob. I hope this finds you well. And then it puts in your name, and it puts in, right, the information that you had in your bio. And so this was all done by AI, and it's using your bio information to create this information. And I guess you could create a newsletter, or you could reach out to a cold lead, and it would pull that information to create this email. And so this is a feature that people can use. And I guess with every, good system, there's always support. So know that we've got chat support, we've got phone numbers, right? So you can call into our 1-800, and if you'd like, let me get you that information. So my number is different. Obviously, my number you'll see is up in the far corner. However, our direct number is 425-577-7873. So that's basically support. If you needed something from there, you could reach out to us. Here is the email, name, message, send it along. You're speaking to somebody here in support, and then we can help you essentially, look at whatever problem you might be having with the CRM or issue that you're going through. Or you can send us an email to support@Fieldnotes, or to myself directly, Jay Leon. And let me think, is there anything else? Nope. Just wanted to, go through everything. Hopefully this was kind of like a quick recap of some of the services, but yeah, this is what I wanted to discuss and show everybody. Definitely leave any comments, throw me a like. Definitely subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications when new videos are out. And I thank you everybody for tuning in. You guys have a great day. It was a pleasure. All righty, guys. Bye-bye now.